But what of the truly faithful? What of those who might use their powers for the good of all, as granted to them by the divine grace of those rational skeptics, a few would hardly pay much mind to? Need you all be reminded of your place firmly beneath Expos, Hyperius and Black Sun, and the Old Mother? I know of one Vrillian, a proud, faithful man that would never forget his step on the ladder and would be happy to remind the rest of you of yours. The rest of the audience is completely controlled and looks as if they're forced to be in awe. Then comes Ladjushka. Indeed, this world is only fit for a new continuity, one where mages are scorned into extinction, the gods are allowed to fade into obscurity, and worse still, the paragons of the old world are forced to give up that which they've spent near 100 years persevering. For what? To wipe the slate clean? To present this society we live in as above the tribulations and hardships that made us the people we're today? No respectable bunkerite would dare let this erasure of history stand, for what are they if not the greatest historians alive? And finally
Wait,
comes...
what? Hold up.
Logica is bunkerite.
Ah.
Yes. Now that she doesn't have that fucking gaudy ass robe covering over her, it's quite clear that she is armed with a double-barreled shotgun.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
And finally Z-Card. Say nothing of the men of the far north, many of which still follow tribal ideals dating back to the very roundabout, that thrust this world into the societal dark age we all find ourselves in today. You may think the Outlanders, the Tribalists, the Conservationists of Turkascum, Agara, and Strenia to be mere barbarians, holding onto antiquated ideals that have no place in this modern world. But to deny their place in this world is to deny everything they've sacrificed to survive. And now, after my closest trope, let me tell you the stories of all my flock of doves, my beautiful, innocent helpers that made all of this possible. He points at you guys. From the Zorali tied into the ancient magics of the sands, grandest the attuned mercenary, with strength of several men, dragon blood, whose heart pumps just and strong, to rock and light in the darkness, a man of the far east, cursed by the death of his own honor, and the star of my show, Tyrion, a noble, a murderer, and quite a tragic figure, wouldn't he say so himself?
There's a spotlight on you, Tyrion.
For theatrics.
But tell me... Yep.
Lemon doesn't need a spotlight. He has one on his butt.
Haha.
But tell me, oh my flock, oh noble blood that led them here, wouldn't you like to become prodigy yourself? To control every move of the academics and give my master the greatest show he has ever seen? To burn the vile republics into the ground from inside out? To be the venom coursing through the veins of the cursed system that rots in its own filth? Indulging into hedonisms beyond sapient measures? For the longest time, I couldn't watch the bloated wretches that have taken away everything from the common speck of cauldron of men. Come, my flock, let us burn everything to a pile of rotten flesh, so we can form a new performer, a new stage for a master to laugh at from his cosmic throne.
Staffa looks to you, Tyrion.
Tyrion just... He wants Tyrion looks fairly confused. Alright.
Klaus slightly leans back in his chair and looks to one of the puppeteered academics. I think there's a mini bar in the back. Can you get me some beer? I'm a little confused on where the plot line went.
I can make you some tea if you want.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
I don't like that shit. It's too sweet.
So when I walk up on stage and whatever he decides to do happens,
Think very carefully about what you say next here in Valcora. This man is an agent of chaos. To allow him to continue with this unabated would be a grave mistake.
I agree.
Maybe I should have bought that pistol.
Maybe. He gets out of his chair and steps forward.
The spotlight follows you.
Okay.
I've got to give the lights crew credit. They're pretty good.
Yeah, also,
Not the time. Yep.
Also, it's not something that can actually be made in Roll20 because Roll20 would fucking crash. But there are hundreds of the strings all connected to the academics. Like it's a fucking forest of strings.
It's a web.
The only
Yeah.
ones that aren't physically puppet stringed right now are Silvestro himself and the party.
All while Silvestro is moving his puppet crosses through the air.
Tyrion walks towards the very slowly while watching what the hell he's doing. He looks at the
Also-
party. Yep.
Also, just to make sure, Silvestro is wearing a mask as well. So you can't see his face.
Huh.
But you recognize the voice as his for certain, and the outfit.
Okay.
Olin, I don't remember this part of Romeo and Juliet.
So, so I'm the star of this little this show, huh?
Yes. Yes, you are.
What makes me so special?
All in due time. But it's only fitting for the murderers, for the murder of the Ortegas, to be the grandest show, to be the grandest actor of this performance.
Okay. So you strung them all up. What for?
Once they are all under my strings, and the show ends, they will return to their positions of power, but all under my command. And I shall, using their power, their influence, I shall burn this entire republic from inside out.
Quite ambitious.
Says the guy who wants to destroy the Inquisition.
It's ambitious, but he doesn't plan on doing it anytime soon. He's a realist, while also being ambitious.
Silvestro is very ambitious and also realist because he just did it.
True. Yeah. I guess that fucking joke's on me, I suppose. Alright. So the murder of the Ortegas is somehow going to help you take on the all of the Republic.
Oh, no. I simply needed someone skilled enough. And one that did such a daring task. One that I took merely for just another cook in that guild seemed like a perfect opportunity. You have no idea for how long I have been following your path here in Valcora.
Is that right? So then, enlighten me. How much do you know?
All in due time.
He looks at the he's looking at these guys for their reactions, I guess, like what their emotions are.
Julian?
Well, they were all forced to put on masks as well, so
Oh, so it's
aside
hard
from
to tell.
Sieghart, they're all masked. And, well, fucking Ricard here has his own mask. You can see the grin, though, because his mask doesn't cover up the bottom of his mouth. He is grinning
grin?
wickedly. Almost chuckling, it seems.
And they're not able to control their emotions, are they? From what we saw, because they were clapping and shit before, right? Or am I wrong?
They do clap, yes.
Okay.
Please clap.
They did.
And yes, I think Keon's idea is spot on. Game chat.
Society.
I mean, he said society twice!
Sad.
Well, he said society and societal... whatever.
Alright. I'm here.
How about another joke, Tyrion?
Yeah, sure, let's hear it.
Wait,
Guess
you
the joke's on
serious?
him.
Guess the joke is on me. Ha, see what I did there?
But yes, also the rest of the party is also free to join in.
Well, I always did fancy myself as a bit of a foyer poet, so... Klaus walks up.
This is too great for me to stand by and watch.
Lumen
I guess I'm
goes,
coming too.
but he mostly stays behind everyone because everyone is going. That's the only reason. He doesn't even know the guy except what they told him about.
If he dies and the whole fucking Republic dies, how am I going to get paid?
Aranos will rush up as well, and I'll get
Hey, this is true. If I die and apparently the whole Republic dies, then you don't get paid jack shit.
I don't get paid at all. How am I supposed to waste my money if I don't have any?
As he's walking up, Mustafa... Well, actually... Lumen, roll perception.
Oh, okay. Perception.
Perception.
You notice behind you, like looking back to see, make sure everyone's with us, that Mustafa, mage dude here, is seems to be silently reading off something to himself before the paper, the manuscript he's looking at, just fades away in his hand. He also casts Armor of Agathis on himself.
Can I summon my familiar here while I'm going?
Yeah?
I summon my familiar and I just let it skittle on the curtains.
Okay.
I stand with you, Tyrion.
Thank you.
We have your back.
Yeah, I'm here too, bro.
Ah, the entire flock is here, I see.
The stage light expands. Whoosh.
Didn't even know they had stage lights in here.
Sure.
If you can put my familiar under the curtains.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
There we are.
Not frog.
Frog. Always a frog.
I typed in Furpg.
Thank you.
So, what is it, my flock? Would you like to join the noble cause and to destroy this wretch off of the face of the earth?
So your plan is to get rid of all the Republic.
Very much so.
What have they done to you?
A lot of this actually would have been explained in his monologue that Aki glossed over, so you might want to just copy paste that into game chat, Aki, the
Okay.
backstory because that would give a lot more much needed context.
I like context.
Society.
1 second.
I'm also going to pee real quick. Back. You got it, Aki?
1 moment.
I'm back.
You feeling
Oh
okay,
shit!
couple?
Nice. Okay.
Stage lit on Silvestro as well.
Check game chat, Dylan.
Yeah, I see it. Just like the backstory you originally wrote for him.
Oh, that's the longest time ago.
You get what you fucking deserve.
Literally just search in GM chat Silvestro
Yeah.
and look for the oldest mention, because
Yeah, I know. I have it.
context is important.
All right. So how do we head up in the front? Did we walk there voluntarily?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Because I was away while that happened.
Oh boy, I gotta get a lot of character sheets open.
Yes, we're gonna fight.
Alright, let's see. I'll just cut paste the entire backstory, so
God.
I
Aki,
have-
you should have just gone through it earlier.
I didn't know that part was needed.
Context, man.
Yep.
Right, all character sheets are ready.
Okay.
Also, as far as weapons these folks are all armed with, Sieghart, over here on the right, is armed with his giant-ass fucking greatsword, as with before. Ladishka appears to have that double-barreled shotgun I mentioned, as well as a cavalry saber strapped at her belt, and a hand crossbow? Looks like it. Ricard here appears unarmed. Emilio has a heavy crossbow with a bayonet sticking out of it. And Miss Sarah over here has a war pick and some javelins with some weird, like, fungus shit growing around near the blades.
So, TLDR. You made a pact with the Black Sun and promised it the greatest show on Earth, which is the complete and utter collapse of the Seven Family Republic trading empire from inside out. And who controls Seven Family Republic? The Academy.
He's offering for you to join him.
Aki, can you
Yes.
remind me what's the relationship between the Black Sun and the All-Mother?
Well, they had a kid together.
It's pretty good. However, keep in mind that I will take your religion roll that you did that you get a 16.
It was a religion check on the statue.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, but I can take it, so you don't have to roll again.
Okay.
Okay, the gods themselves are fine with each other, but you also do know that Black Sun is an incredibly chaotic god. And a warlock of Black Sun, like Silvestro, is incredibly wild card. Meaning that your relation with All Mother doesn't really mean much to him. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. You don't really know.
Just to know the reaction about the Black Sun that he might
Yeah.
have.
And, might I ask, who's going to lead this when you take them all down? You?
Lead what? Lead the ashes?
Mm-hmm.
My finale is over then. And my master shall take me to the cosmic sea.
He, he looks over at, he looks over at him. I've got a lot of, in one of my family, you locked them away, didn't you?
Well, what better way to attract you back here?
And where's Veralia?
One moment. Let me just check this real quick.
Sure.
With a movement of his hand, you can see Vrillian energy coursing in front of the stage, and in a flash, something. She's right here, waiting for you. And she waited so long.
Taryn.
Yeah, he looks over at her, not saying anything. He looks over at Sarah. You got my message, right?
She's incapable of responding.
I know, I'm not talking to her. He's like nodding over at Sarah to her, to Veralia. If that was what I thought it was, you would have received what I said.
She does not appear to have, judging by the... Well, she's not allowed to show much in the way of emotions, but there's much in the way of confirming that.
Right. Is she also puppeted at the moment?
Okay.
Is she also puppet?
You don't see the string. Well, does this confirm what you're interested in? Kieran, my friend, my beloved actor.
He looks at Mustafa for a moment.
If Mustafa, he is... You have a sense at this point, having traveled with him as much as you do, whenever Mustafa is not in a very happy mood and looking at
Right.
Tyrion. You're kind of getting that sense right now. Not to say he's angry, he is just very intently staring at you right now. Like,
Detecting, if you do detect thoughts, he's asking you if you think she's real.
Asking me if she is real,
He's asking Mustafa.
and Silvestro very much answers.
Oh, so he heard? Alright.
Is she real? He jumps down behind her.
You better be careful what your next thing that you do is.
Pulls the mask a little bit on the side and licks her face as he holds her. As real as she can be, Tyrion.
What's her reaction to this?
I'm not sure if she's allowed much of a reaction. Would she, Aki?
Not really. She just kind of closes
She
her
winces.
eyes. She winces, yeah.
I told you to be careful what the next thing you did was. I respectfully decline on whatever freakish act that you're doing here is.
Oh my. With another flick of his puppet cross, she vanishes again. As he walks, oh my. The Flock is rebellious.
Always have been, but if you actually did your research, you'd know that.
Oh, I very much expected a reaction like that. Why do you think I have this fine people right next to me?
He laughs. I'll interrupt you. You talk about fate. Well, I've got fate of my own, and it says I don't die here today. Said nothing about you, though.
Ha! Very well then. Let us taste some of that fate. As he
Consider
missed
this
his,
your
as he,
final
mi-
act, then.
as he missed his steps back,
Ooh, boy.
pulling the puppet crosses, you see the entire counterparty
Mm-hmm.
pulling out their weapons.
Evo brandishes his scythe and, well, fucking cuts himself to activate his Crimson Storm feature. Let's do this!
Roll initiative.
Oh boy, I was.
Here we
it's gonna be a lot of
go.
fucking initiative rolls.
Yeah.
No, Rosanna, you're not here yet.
Are you sure about that? Do you want to
Oh,
make the fight about 30 times more interesting?
Holy shit.
Oh damn, it's a fucking blitzkrieg out here.
Okay. Tyrion has higher dex than Mustafa, so give him 18.5.